Okay, here is a real challenge in algebra, and that is working with variables. When we have variables, you'll normally see them written as x or y or p. It doesn't matter what letter we use for the variables, but a lot of times you'll see the letter x used. So this will come up in problems, simple problems like 2 plus x is equal to 4. And before I show you how you actually go about solving an equation like this, let's talk about what you can and can't do with variables. So if someone gives you just 2 plus x and they say, hey, simplify that, well, you can't do anything else with this because we don't know what x is. You can't directly add a real number like 2 to a variable and do anything else with it. This 2 plus x is as simple as that's going to get. But if we had something like 2 times x, we can simplify that by getting rid of the parentheses. So 2 times x can also be written as 2x. Or we could show it another way. If we had 2x multiplied by 3, the real numbers, the 2 and the 3, can be multiplied together to get 6x. If we had a division problem, we could have 2x divide by 2. And again, the real numbers can be dealt with. We can divide 2 by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, or 1x. But notice that we don't normally write the 1 in front of the variable. It's just understood to be x. And we know that anything multiplied by 1 is just the same thing. So a variable multiplied by 1 is just a variable. It would be having a number like 3 and then writing, okay, that really means 1 times 3. But that doesn't make any sense because that's just the same thing as 3. So let's look at another example here. If we had 6x divided by 3, again, we can deal with these real numbers. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we just say 2x. Let's look at how we can add x terms or x variables. If we had 2x plus 3x, now this can be simplified because if you have two variable terms, the same variable, x's in this case, you can add these together to get 5x. If we had 3x minus x, and that's really a minus 1x, but we don't write the 1. So 3x minus 1x is just 2x. We could get a little more complicated and have 5x minus 2x plus 4x. And we could simplify this. And anytime you have a little longer problems, I'd encourage you to do them one step at a time. So in this case, let me deal with these first two terms. 5x minus 2x is 3x. Now let me just bring down the rest of the problem straight down. Now I'll deal with this final portion. 3x plus 4x is equal to 7x. We could do a couple more. If we had 2x times 4 plus 3x minus 7. Let's do this one step at a time. We can multiply the 4 times the 2 and we'll get 8x here. And let me just simply bring down the rest of the problem just as it was written above. And now I'll deal with this section. So now I can add 8x plus 3x gives me 11x, and then bring down the rest of the problem, minus 7. And guess what? That's as far as we go with this. Because when we have this variable term minus a real number, we can't do anything else with that. We could do one final problem. How about negative x times 4 plus 5x minus 9. So let's deal with just the first part of the problem. Minus x times 4 is going to be a minus 4x. Notice how when we have a real number or a coefficient with our variable, a number, we write the number first before the x. It really would mean the same thing if I wrote x4, but traditionally we just write the number first. So this is minus 4x. Now let me bring down the rest of the problem straight down. 5x minus 9. Now if I have a minus 4x plus positive 5x, this is just going to be 1x or x. And then I'll bring down the rest of the problem, minus 9. And that's as far as we can go with this. We can't do anything else, so x minus 9 would be the final answer.